because I'm bad at everything. My name is Nero the Nephilim, and today we will be playing This is the Police. Now, I started it up and it tried to start a cutscene before I even got started, and I wanted to share that with the stream. This is a game that I haven't followed very much, but a friend of mine followed and showed me. It's about, well, the police. You play as a police chief who has to juggle the mafia as well as basic police duties and sending patrols off to locations to investigate crimes. And I'm told this game gets very deep and brings up a lot of difficult subject matter, making you make difficult choices that you're not exactly ready to make. So I want to see how this does, and I want to see if I can make a little stream series out of it, so I'm going to boot up the game, and hopefully it will work. If not, I might have a bad day. So let's get started. And we will be playing This is the Police. I'm told this game started with Kickstarter.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
This is the Police. Getting a real Max Payne vibe from it, and I really like it. Optimizing settings for best performance. Oh, we're going window mode. Don't know what you're talking about. Graphics. Wow. Not that many settings. Of course, you don't really need that many settings. Oh, full screen. Windowed. Alright. Let's hope the start got what we needed, so let's make sure that we get... Nope. We need to add... window capture, no, add game capture. Game capture 2. This is the police. Okay. So it seems we are all where we need to be. So let's get into the game, see what we've got. New game. Day 1, July 15th, Monday. Do we have a year? Mayor Rogers, sex maniac. City Hall confirms rumors of Jack Boyd's resignation. Mark War II to be shown in Freiburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. Go to work. Why does it always start on the third time? Those dust particles floating around my screen.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
That makes two of us. Okay. Press conference?
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin?
It's a very nice way to look at the media.
Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Alrighty then. Good morning. Yesterday the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? Don't sass him. Don't sass them. What's the difference? It happened. My business is my own. Do you already know the name of your successor? Who cares? I've done my job, and I'm just about finished with it. Soon my only interests will be cigars and jazz. Frankly, I don't care who takes my place. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to your resignation. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? Who cares? Ask him, I don't care. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I'm going to do the traditional movie thing. Usually, I prefer to answer all your questions, but in this situation, I've got to say, no comment. That's what they say in every movie. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? How should I know? I just got here. Thank you. Alright.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Fuck Mr. Kendrick. Oh, well, I am definitely an older Max Payne. Cigars, pills, booze, whole nine. All it's missing is the guns. You seem like a more tactician.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell.
Goodness.
White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns
Is
the
he
place.
Mr. Rogers?
Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
It's because I don't want to talk to you.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Oh, he's one of those
Soon enough,
guys.
I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes.
Just don't tell me what
Sit
to do.
nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon.
You're a mayor. You have terms, I believe.
180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me.
I do not care for you, sir.
I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
That line delivery,
Quit
though.
smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
If I get the chance to gank you, I'm going to do it. Excuse me? Pardon?
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
That's one way to get what you want. Checkpoint. Day 2, July 16th, Tuesday. Jack Boyd on his resignation. Ask the mayor. Civil servants' wages won't be raised this year. Jack Boyd, my retirement is my own business. Pretty much a rabble-rousing go fuck yourself. Oh my god, am I gonna have to wait through that every day?
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered.
Unfortunate.
I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Okay. Oh. Would you like to receive tips about how the game works? Am I going to be one of those guys who says, I know how to play this game. Don't tell me how to play this game. 10 minutes later, how the fuck do you play this game? Alright. Show me what you got. Freeburg PD organizes upcoming work assignments into shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism shows how overall efficiency level of your Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable. While those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet, even in a pinch, an individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Don't fuck up. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy people have, the less reliable their work, and a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel or make a crucial error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each workday, and restore 1 point after each day of rest. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason to think of why they can take the day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees. Wow, that is some small text. Okay, can I pick different? Or should I just... Okay. SWAT? Get that cigar out of here. Okay. Responding to calls is the bread and butter of police work. You need to send your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth. So the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work. Great. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send in on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly risky missions give you the option of sending in SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. Jeez. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information, from the location of the crime scene to the presence of weapons and so on. All of this can tell you how seriously each case should be taken. A mission might look simple at first glance until it turns into a brutal meat grinder. That is a fun euphemism. Or a serious call can come in which turns out to be a false alarm. Alright. Married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who had been digging through the trash. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bomb, he got back and quickly drove away. I like it. I'ma send Purdy and Tsubaki. I like that. I like that. You go for that. Wasn't that over here?
311A in progress.
The last picture show theater. A theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with theater security guard. Well, if there's already a security guard there... No, you're too old. You seem like a tanky guy, Yancey, so good luck. GG. Oh, look at that ticker go. Wow, this is riveting. Is that rain? Hail? Apparently a storm. Hit and run report. When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes the criminals can manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens bother the mayor even more than the living ones. Yeah. Undercover officer unarmed. Geek. Oh, the number of stars. That makes sense. Fight. Good job, Yancey. I knew you were a tank. I knew you had this. Goodness. It's really atmospheric. I like that. So, armed robbery. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in the car, but the manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. Okay, so they were definitely overly armed, and that's dangerous, but I don't want to send Price for anything. But I'll send Price and Koji. Okay, they pop up just about as fast. Okay. Johnson, Jurgen, and Kat's law firm. A brother and sister clashed with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. Okay. So, let's send Austin. I like Tsubaki. No, Austin and Asano. Asano. They should be able to handle this. Okay, they made it. No, they didn't. They're still going. Oh my goodness, is there a speed
412A in
ghetto?
progress.
That can't be good. Passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. That is unfortunate. Yancey, Oh. 3? Wasn't there only 2 options for a shotgun? Is this worse than it seems? Well, Yancey and Tsubaki, I'm rooting for you two.
We've got a situation here.
When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you how to handle a situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. Okay, the vehicle is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sound of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Knock on door and say open up. This is the police? Well, I would assume that's more recommended because you're alerting them to your presence, but then you could get shot. But you don't want to just sneak up on them because this is a tough decision.
9 testing complete.
Yeah, officers unharmed. Yay, we're gonna keep Price with like the most overpowered people. Maybe she'll just keep kicking ass by herself.
311A complete.
Fight report. Damn it! They escaped? That was the fight, okay. Because I really wanted to know if I made the right decision on the next thing. Because I really hope I did, because I feel like it was very imperative that I did. Okay, so they got there.
412A.
Awesome. What are you doing? Why? They keep getting away. Is that my fault? That's strange, but still atmospheric. What kind of city is this? It's very strange. What is this? Why is it all fuzzy? Did something happen? Did we lose? Did we win? Did we crash? Did we do a combination of the 3? Well, this just sucks. I don't know what to do about this. Seems to have alcohol problems. Anyway, I guess I have to end the stream here because... Oh, end the day button. That's like right outside of the window. I can't even see that. Come on. Come on. Keeps freezing. What is this? What is this jank? That is annoying that it's right outside of my windowed view. Okay, there we go. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime, but they're working flat out. If they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. End the day. I'll just keep with what I got.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with.
Oh, we're getting in with the
How much
mafia.
are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not $1,000,000?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand.
Ooh. That was a swell in music.
Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price.
Jeez.
In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
If it lets me gank Mr. Rogers' mayor, I'ma do it. Francis Kendrick announces retirement day. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freeburg. Construction of cinema museum postponed again. Okay. Get in your car! If a police officer is too tired, he will ask for a day off. Sometimes officers will request days off even when they're at full strength. Some of the reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while some are very serious. Don't overindulge your subordinates, but don't antagonize them either. Remember that everybody's got secrets, and you've got to make sure that these guys have your back. My house burned down last night, and my elderly father was inside. We need to somehow make sense of this, and then start planning the funeral. Can I take off work today? I mean, Roy, you're looking pretty elderly yourself. How old could your father be? Unless you were born young. And planning the funeral, is that really something you do right after the person gets croaked? I'm gonna say no. It's my dog's birthday. How about no? In addition to performance ratings, police officers also possess rank. Employees begin at lowest rank. They can be elevated in rank with 1, 2, or 3 stripes once a week. You can pass out stripes to improve the rank of any employee. If you think that no one is worthy of the honor, some week you postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until your people are ready. Employees of rank not only increase in professionalism, but also learn to command. Whenever a ranking officer is on the scene, his or her colleagues are more likely to perform better than usual. Sometimes when a cop gets ranked, they start thinking more seriously about their service. This can mean less drinking and more time spent on the job. Some of them might even turn out to be dependable. Sweet. I don't know any of you. I don't know any of you. But goodness, Stovall, you're getting one. And the other one goes to... It goes to Birch. He looks like he could use a good thing. Look at that face. Freeburg isn't one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it at any time, just like in real life. The life of your grandfather. What is this? Hold on. Chopin? I don't know what any of this is, but I'm gonna go with you. Let's learn how to hire and fire cops. That's a good way to start the day. You're getting fired. Fairs. Police station. Labor market. You have a certain number of paid job openings for which you can hire. Any available applicant job slots are separated between officers and detectives. Well, I don't know what you do. Ooh. Ooh, cross. Ooh. You're going on shift A. Ah, crap. What'd I do? Want to free up a slot, time to fire somebody. You want to go plan that funeral, Roy? Here you go. If you have legal grounds for the termination, no one will ask any questions, but you might need to fire them anyway. Legality be damned. But that could land you in additional proceedings, and other staff will become more worried about keeping their jobs than they are about to actually doing their jobs. Another way to free up a slot is to have a police officer killed, but that's not really a valid option. Right? I mean, define valid. If they get ganked in the field. I want that. I want a police officer. I want Chloe D'Amata for shift B. Oh crap, this is shift A? I thought we were on shift B. Dang it. Dang it. Crap.
211 in progress.
Vandalism, St. John's Cathedral. We received a frightened call from the local cathedral this morning. The abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. It seems there are even marks from a shovel, but the abbot would say no more. Nah. This seems like a Sam and Dean Winchester thing. I mean, satanic symbols in the local cathedral. I mean, I don't think I even have to take care of this after one or two people. Never mind. I'm gonna stop with that line of jokes. Birch. You gonna take good old, take your son, good old Birch Jr. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna show us that family, the family business, saving people, hunting crooks, family business. What is that? Okay.
211 in
35.
progress.
Vandalism. Atticus Tower. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out of his window, saw two teenagers scratching offensive slogans into his new car. Robbins, Roy, Grant. Okay. I'll let you go out one more time, Roy. Maybe you'll get ganked. Save me some time. Report vandalism. What is it with you people? You can't catch an offender? Just one? They just keep escaping. Am I too nice? Is that the problem?
1210 in progress.
Suspicious individual, Eddie's Burgers. A waitress named Mila, or Mia, reports that she just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who'd been seen on television just this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window, eating a burger. Report vandalism. Can't you people do anything right? I blame Roy. It's all Roy's fault. God, I am bad at this. I mean, seriously, we can't catch anyone suspicious individual. The waitress had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero, Nero the Nephilim, shit show. Keep watching. For the fugitive in question. What is this? Mr. Boyd, my bouncer, stuffed himself with Mexican food again, and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. What kind of job is this? Roy. Go on. I have no idea what's going on. This is just turning into one mistake after the other.
1111 in progress.
11 drug sales. Christopher G. Sand Ice Arena. An anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. A clown? That sounds dangerous. Get him. God, that flickering light freaks with my eyes a little bit.
411 in progress.
Suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. Somebody like that there juicy fruit, don't you? You seem depressed, Birch. Go get him. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. Bye, Roy. That saves me some time. Oh. Some good money. 4K is a pretty decent sum. What is this, the 60s? 70s? Early 80s?
We've got a situation here.
Police around a clown is seen making balloon animals for the kids. Cover up and pretend to be an illicit customer. There we go. That's how you do it, Birch Jr. Listen to Stovall. He knows what he's doing.
411 complete.
Offender escaped? Wouldn't he just get ganked by himself? Well, good job, Birch. I knew I could count on you to fuck it all up. End the day. Day 4, July 8th, Thursday. 18th, Thursday. Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. What? Enemies using feminists to destroy Freiburg. No! Not the feminists. Enemies? What? Is this like the Red Scare? Feminist organization denied official registration. What kind of official registration do you need to be a movement? What you want?
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch, and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate, and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots.
We shoot every third salesman.
In my
The second one
life,
just left.
even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene, or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all 3 of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book.
Do you have any
But I
idea
can't
how
afford to lose Sally
freaking
as an ally.
effective that can
So
be?
for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
My
At
police
my
building.
police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my
Jeez.
wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
That's sad. I hate this so much. I got it the first day. My car's a piece of crap. I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together. Can I go home? Here's the deal. This is your first day. No. No, you cannot, Namada. You screwed the pooch. Good job. Give me more of that good Nocturne. Good shit. Let's do it.
212 in progress.
Destruction of property. City Hall. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards! Thieves! Bloodsuckers!" We got more vampire crap. Jeez. I'm gonna send Kochi Price. If someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene, the case goes to your detectives. The investigation... They investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather information that seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be the lead investigator on the case. You can assign additional detectives to any case who will work under the lead investigator as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. DeBrito. Armstrong. Mole. I, for some reason, feel like DeBrito and Armstrong would be a real good team. Don't know why. Just get that vibe. They're my team. Mole's my solo. She's a ball buster.
113B in progress.
Carjacking severed. Gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on the stolen vehicles list. Tsubaki, take Austin. End of gear.
212.
Excuse me? From City Hall, a racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station promising to kill all the black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You'll have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. How about no? It's more racist to fire them. I'm not gonna do that shit. Investigation started. Homicide. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. Eric Graham, a drunk witness. They drove by in a sedan, and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Clayton. I only heard a few muffled shots, Mr. Carr. He got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time. And recently there's been a lot of cursing and carrying on. I don't remember the car, and the neighborhood was quiet. I never heard any shots. The police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Me thinks it might be Mr. Carr, but that's just by the evidence that I've seen. I'm gonna leave that up to the professional structural property report. Good job, Coachy. I knew you could keep Price in line. I believed in ya. Affairs investigation songs.
1210 in progress. We've got a situation here.
The driver is nowhere to be seen. Interviewing a potential eyewitness. Wait at a safe distance for the driver car to appear. Wait for the driver. Yeah. Excuse me? Excuse me? But what happened? I would have been fine if you killed Price, but you killed Austin. She's half decent. Damn it! And a civilian dead too? Oh, God. This is going great. Suspicious individual, Desire Park. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a park bench beside a playground. He's watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. Alright, Yancey. Take Purdy, rough him up. Make him know that shit's no good. That's not right. Don't do that. Don't do that. God, we lost Austin.
1210 complete.
What is this? Mr. Boyd, I'm opening Freeburg's first martial arts club, and for my exposition I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students take on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks, something that will come in handy on the streets. This is what you get for being drunk. This is what you get for showing up to work drunk. This is your first day. You're gonna have a rough time. You're gonna have a bad time. Oh, we got a report. Yeah. I knew you had seeing Purdy would mess him up. Report homicide. Your detectives present frames, different versions of what might have happened at the crime scene. 3 new frames. They get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate the fact from fiction if they know how to look at the case materials. The more professional the detectives working on the investigation, the better their instincts. They drove by in a sedan. To get to your suspects, you'll need to figure out the true sequence of events at the crime scene. Sometimes with a little guesswork thrown in. If you had to add it all up, the sequence fails. If the sequence fails, you're probably telling the wrong story. Is that how that works?
311A in progress.
Kevin's Throat Bar. A bartender reports that a couple of dancers started fighting over tips, and a catfight broke out right on stage. Well, we're gonna send Supaki and Price.
311A in progress.
Octopus Restaurant fight. Bartender reported that a fight was broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while a singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. That's a no-no. We're gonna send Purdy and Yancey again to fuck him up. Kazuki Tamura. Chief, I just about nailed the... what? The Jap a couple of times, but he was too fast for me on points. I don't really understand all their rules, so I can't keep track of points very well. But he was alright. He even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away and a little and pulled my back. Can I take the day off? Sure. Sure. You get ganked, that's what happens.
Looks like we have a situation here.
On stage, the two strippers are going at it, and it's gone beyond arguing to a full-on catfight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. No guns. Do not draw your weapon. Shut off the music and turn up the lights. Strippers continue fighting, obvious the police presence. Ask the bartender for the bucket and cold water and throw him.
311A complete.
Excuse me? You had him. Fine. What's next? Get back here and take your day.
311A complete.
Fight report. Yeah. End the day. Alright, checkpoint. Alright. Well, Mayor Rogers said he has no problem with racists. Liar. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. Excuse me? Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots a pregnant woman. Jeez. Anyway, it has been fun. and we got some stuff done, but I think that is enough for today. So thanks for watching, and stay frosty. Have a good day.